The tower is arguably the most visited place in Destiny. While we have two social spaces in the tower and the Vestian Outpost, the tower is certainly the most visited place. But what would you say if the tower was no longer available to go to? My name is Buckeye and welcome to today's video. Rise of Iron is almost here, and if you are a little confused by my opening statement, allow me to expand upon what I said. If you are unaware of why I would think the tower will no longer be available, at least for a short time, then you probably are not aware of what the Owls sector is. Now, I already made a video on this topic, so if you are interested, click the link in the description to watch that video. But just to give you a summary, according to the Owls sector records, travel between the city and the tower is restricted, and there is fear that with the rate of Guardians becoming sick with the virus, that the tower and the city will be vulnerable to direct attack. As the information on what this virus is and what it is doing develops, the idea of the tower being shut down temporarily makes more and more sense. The Vanguard would rather shut down the tower and keep the Guardians that are there still healthy than to keep the tower operational and risk the health of everyone there. Think of it this way. If you are part of the Vanguard, your sole purpose is to protect the city and keep it safe and its citizens safe. You now have a virus infecting Guardian after Guardian. Its effects are unknown really at this point, and you do not know if it is lethal. All you know is it is spreading fast, and at this point, a third of your Guardians are now infected. You also have a single civilian casualty due to this virus. What seems a good idea at this point? Shutting down the tower until the virus can be contained and treated. Now this is story-wise, why it makes sense for the tower to be shut down with the release of Rise of Iron. Now let's take a look at why it makes sense logistically. With Rise of Iron, Bungie is introducing a new social space in Fellwinter's Peak, which contains the Iron Lord's Temple and pretty much everything you're going to need for Rise of Iron. So logistically, you'd want your players to be using the new content put into the game as opposed to the old content. A lot of the essentials for us players are there at Fellwinter's Peak, so we would not be restricted in what we can do by not being able to go to the tower. So let's piece this together. Story-wise, what we know right now points toward the idea of the tower being temporarily shut down. And logistically, it makes sense for the tower to be temporarily shut down. Now I want to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the tower being shut down for the launch of Rise of Iron. So that just about does it for today's video, Guardians. If you enjoyed it, then give it a like. If you want to watch more like this as Rise of Iron releases, then subscribe. But until next time, I will see you guys in the next one.